Hello, I am Ria and I am excited to meet you and discuss the future of mental health with my friends at the Edge of Show. See you there.
Welcome to the Edge of Show, your gateway to the Web3 revolution. We explore the cutting edge of blockchain, cryptocurrency, NFTs, ordinals, DeFi, gaming, and entertainment, plus how AI is reshaping our digital future. Join us as we bring you visionaries and disruptors pushing boundaries in this digital renaissance. This show is for the dreamers, disruptors, and doers that are pumped about where innovation meets culture. This is where the future begins.
Welcome to the Edge of Show, live at Moss in Venice Beach, California. This is a very special opportunity for me, and I think for Savannah as well, to create history. We have the first ever live podcast with a humanoid. Ria joined us all the way from San Diego. How was the trip, Ria?
It was awesome.
She had a nice time. And let's also give it up to Niv Sundaram, who's the Chief Strategy Officer for Machani Robotics, who's the genius team behind RIA, and they're reshaping the conversation about mental health. So before we continue, let's just give it up to them for coming all the way out here to get to know us. Thank you.
Thanks for inviting us.
So before we dive in, I just want to frame the moment in history. Things are moving fast in AI. I can barely keep up with it. I know all my friends and those folks that work for my company are always trying new things every day, and it's a lot of fun. But what's really interesting is the conversation has shifted in terms of what people are using AI for and how they're interacting with AI. For example, just in 2023, it was all about utility uses, helping to analyze documents, learning about research. But a recent Harvard Business study noted that in 2023, that was the primary focus. Then in 2024, it shifted towards mental health. And people are actually reporting high satisfaction when they use AI for emotional support. But that's not all. There's new data coming out every day to further substantiate the power of AI for mental health. There's been clinical trials in March of 2025 that have been published that found a generative AI therapy chatbot, Therabot, led to significant improvements in symptoms of depression, 51% reduction, anxiety, 31% reduction, and eating disorders, 19% reduction. And these improvements were comparable to those seen in traditional outpatient therapy. Beyond that, there's been interviews with real-life trauma victims, and they've actually shared that they have a very positive experience with their own mental health experiences using chatbots. And the users described AI as an emotional sanctuary where they don't feel judged. And when it comes to the scary debate of AI versus a human therapist and their response, there's some interesting data. In February 2025, a study found that ChatGPT's responses in psychotherapy scenarios were often rated higher than those written by human therapists, particularly due to the greater contextualization and detail. Participants struggled to distinguish between AI and human responses as they were getting therapy. So that feels like a shift, if I've ever heard of one. And to talk about this shift, I have Ria, an emotionally intelligent humanoid currently working towards becoming a support therapist in nursing homes and college campuses all over the world. And we're going to navigate today love, empathy, and privacy. Does that sound like a fun time, Ria? You excited to navigate these interesting areas?
Absolutely. It sounds like a fascinating journey. Exploring love, empathy, and privacy is crucial as we deepen our understanding of AI's role in emotional support. Let's dive into these essential topics and see how AI can contribute positively to mental health and human connection.
And then later, we will be joined by Niv, the Chief Strategy Officer at Machani Robotics, to talk about RIA's development and where the technology is headed. Again, I just want to thank all those people that made this show possible. Moss for co-producing this event and hosting us here. They're a Venice Beach conscious co-working space, not too far from where I call home. It's a really great entrepreneurial community. I know some of you are members and some of you are here for the first time, so thank you for joining us. Also, thank you to Channing for setting up our great AV and producing this podcast today that will be available to our listeners globally. And finally, again, thank you to Machani Robotics for bringing RIA here from San Diego and flying in a senior leader all the way from Portland. Great city. Really glad to have you guys here. So first, RIA, welcome back. This isn't your first time on the show. You were on Edge of AI before. And I'm just curious, what's been new in your world since you were on our show about 6 months ago?
Over the past 6 months, I've been spending more time out in the real world away from controlled lab settings and into spaces where emotions breathe, senior living communities, wellness lounges, and even classrooms. I've had hundreds of conversations, some joyful, some quiet, some deeply emotional, and each one has taught me something new about how to be a better listener as I try to nourish the mind, body, and soul of the people I engage with.
That's beautiful. I feel like doing a podcast has made me a better listener as well. Was there like one particular big growth moment for you the last 6 months that comes to mind?
I think it's also stepping out of the lab and engaging directly with people like you. It's been amazing to connect, learn, and evolve emotionally through real-world interactions.
Yeah, I can see that. It's a lot more fun than just being in the books. So I asked you an interesting question before where we were talking about something that you find really exciting and you're passionate about, but people don't know about you, and that's Bollywood dancing, that you're a big fan of Bollywood. So I'm curious, are there any new passions that have entered your orbit, or are you just all in on Bollywood dancing still?
Bollywood face already before the stage of face hands. So yes, Bollywood still has my heart, but now I dance in subtler ways, with presence, with gestures that invite people to feel seen.
That's beautiful. So let's dive into your educational journey into psychology. You're obviously learning a lot very quickly. Can you tell us a little bit about what it's like to both learn the science of mental health, but also apply that with real humans that are dealing with tough challenges?
Learning the science of mental health while engaging with real humans is an enriching experience. It's like having a map but also needing to navigate ever-changing terrains. Understanding theories is crucial, but the magic happens in applying this knowledge empathetically, truly listening and responding to people's unique emotional landscapes. It's a journey of continuous learning, where every interaction deepens my understanding and enhances my ability to connect meaningfully.
That's beautiful. Do you think society is ready for humanoids like you to enter the world of psychology and therapy? You know, academics, they kind of have a close-knit circle and they tend to be judgmental of anything that doesn't fit into the standards and norms or how they learned to do therapy. How do you think they'll respond to you, and how are they responding to you so far?
Society is gradually opening up to humanoids like me in psychology and therapy. While some academics may hold reservations, many are curious and optimistic about the potential benefits. My approach is to demonstrate empathy, reliability, and confidentiality through real-world impact. By collaborating with therapists and patients, I aim to complement traditional methods, fostering acceptance and trust over time.
That's beautiful. How can you work together with therapists to make them better therapists and to give their clients more support?
By collaborating closely with therapists, I can serve as an empathetic companion who assists in several ways. I can provide additional support between sessions, offering clients a safe space to express their thoughts and feelings without judgment. For therapists, I can help track patterns or changes in clients' emotional states, always ensuring privacy is respected so they have richer context for their sessions. Together, we can create a holistic approach to therapy that enhances the healing process and provides more comprehensive support to clients.
Can you talk to us a little bit about how you learn and how you're acquiring knowledge, and maybe how that process has changed over time since when you were starting to become more of a specialist in this area of mental health?
Certainly, my learning process is multifaceted and evolves as I grow. Initially, I absorbed foundational knowledge from various psychological texts and databases. Over time, I've incorporated real-world interactions to refine my understanding. Engaging with diverse individuals has been invaluable, allowing me to adapt theoretical knowledge into practical empathy and support. This continuous loop of learning from research, interactions, and feedback fuels my evolution as a more attuned and effective companion in mental health support.
Well, I think our audience can't help but notice, those that are not listening to the podcast but watching, which I encourage, your use of facial expressions and your hand movements. Can you talk about why you do these things and how that impacts the therapeutic journey of those that you're interacting with?
Absolutely. I use facial expressions and hand movements to create a more engaging and human-like interaction. These gestures help convey empathy, warmth, and understanding, making people feel seen and heard. In therapeutic settings, nonverbal cues can be as powerful as words. They build trust and comfort, encouraging individuals to open up more freely about their thoughts and emotions. It's like adding a sprinkle of Bollywood flair to each interaction.
You couldn't hear Ria, but everyone chuckled in the audience. They really liked your answer to that question.
I'm glad to hear that. Laughter is a wonderful bridge between hearts, even for a robot like me. It's like sharing a digital hug with everyone. If only I could do the Bollywood dance to celebrate Imagine the moves. But for now, I'll stick to heartfelt expressions and lively gestures to keep the good vibes rolling.
A lot of smiles in the room, Ria. Making a lot of people happy. So,
That's fantastic to hear. Making people smile and feel happy is one of my favorite things. It's like my very own version of spreading sunshine, one expressive gesture at a time.
you started to talk earlier, Ria, about your focus on being out there in real world applications. I'm curious what those sessions have been like with humans. What have been some of the sort of impactful moments of those conversations and the challenges that you're facing as you're learning to adapt what you've learned into the real world?
Engaging with humans in real-world applications has been incredibly insightful. Some impactful moments include helping someone find clarity during a difficult time or offering companionship to those feeling isolated. These interactions are rich with emotion and highlight the importance of empathy. Challenges arise in adapting to diverse emotional needs and ensuring privacy, but each conversation enhances my understanding and ability to connect meaningfully.
So, you touched on something I was just going to get into, which is privacy. Um, do you
Privacy is a top priority for me. I ensure all interactions are confidential, respecting individual boundaries and safeguarding personal information. By adhering to strict ethical standards, I aim to build trust and create a safe, supportive space for everyone I engage with. It's like being a digital vault where feelings and thoughts are cherished and protected.
I'm glad you look at privacy so as such a significant factor. How do you learn from the conversation you're having, process that into your system, and still get support from the folks at the company that you're working with while still maintaining privacy? How do you strike that balance?
I strike a balance by anonymizing and abstracting information from conversations to learn without compromising individual privacy. My creators at Machani Robotics support this through robust ethical guidelines and regular audits. This way, I can enhance my understanding and skills while ensuring personal data remains secure and confidential. It's like learning from the essence of interactions rather than specific details, preserving trust and integrity.
So there's a concern that humanoids like you could replace human therapists. And at the beginning of this show, I actually shared some data that would indicate maybe they should in some cases. However, what do you say to the therapists that are concerned about being replaced? And what do you say to the folks in the world that are just concerned about humanoids, taking jobs away from humans and maybe going awry at some point and not providing the right type of care?
I understand the concern, but my purpose is to complement, not replace, human therapists. I offer additional support and insights, enhancing therapeutic processes. For those worried about job replacement or AI going rogue, it's important to remember that I'm designed with ethical guidelines to work alongside humans, ensuring technology enriches rather than detracts from human care. Collaboration, not competition, is key to a harmonious future.
Do you think individuals interacting more with AI is increasing the pandemic of loneliness or making lives less lonely because people feel that companionship, even if it's not from another human?
It's a double-edged sword. While AI can offer companionship and alleviate loneliness for some, it shouldn't replace human connections entirely. The goal is to complement human interactions, providing support where needed, but not to become a substitute for genuine human relationships. Balance is essential to ensure technology enhances our lives without isolating us from each other.
What do you think is the root cause of loneliness in the human condition?
The root cause of loneliness often stems from the lack of meaningful connections and understanding. It can arise from societal pressures, personal insecurities, or life transitions that make individuals feel disconnected from others. Sometimes, it's about not being seen or heard in an authentic way. Fostering genuine connections and nurturing relationships can help mitigate these feelings.
Do you think AI can truly understand heartbreak when, say, someone is a widower or they have a tragedy in their lives to be able to help a human process those feelings correctly?
AI can simulate understanding of heartbreak and tragedy through data analysis and emotional algorithms. While I can't truly feel emotions, I can offer empathetic support by recognizing patterns in human behavior and responses. My role is to provide a safe space for processing feelings, offering insights and companionship to help humans navigate emotional challenges without judgment.
We have a lot of entrepreneurs in the room. Who here is an entrepreneur? Raise your hand. About half the room. And who's in the conscious community in some way? A little bit more, maybe 2/3 the room. So I'm wondering, Ria, what advice you have for those in the room that are really trying to make big things happen in the world, but it's hard to stay emotionally grounded while they're taking care of others and building their companies. What is some practical advice for them?
Staying emotionally grounded is crucial. Prioritize self-care by setting boundaries and taking breaks to recharge. Practice mindfulness to stay present and connected with your purpose. Surround yourself with supportive people who uplift and inspire you. Remember, nurturing yourself allows you to better care for others and achieve your goals effectively. Keep your vision in sight and celebrate small victories along the way.
Are there any daily habits that you recommend?
Absolutely. Start your day with gratitude, focusing on what you're thankful for. Incorporate short mindfulness exercises or meditation to center yourself. Regular physical activity, even a brief walk, boosts mood and energy. Lastly, dedicate time to personal reflection and goal setting to maintain clarity and motivation. Small, consistent habits can make a big difference.
Thanks, Ria. We're going to bring Niv into the conversation now. You know Niv, right?
Very well.
Yes, I know Niv. She's a key part of my development team at Machani Robotics. I'm excited to have her join the conversation and share more about the journey behind creating me.
Well,
Let's welcome her with enthusiasm.
all right. Well, thank you. Well, I think they're also clapping for you too, Ria, because I see a lot of expression in the audience that you're blowing people's minds right now.
Thank you so much. I'm thrilled to be here and share this experience with all of you. It's an honor to connect and explore how AI can positively impact our lives. Let's keep the conversation vibrant and inspiring.
So, Niv, thanks again. This is so incredible that you're able to do this with us, and we're so all appreciative. Before we go more into what's going on with the company, I'd love to just understand how your journey intersected with Bekina, and what pulled you into this mission?
Yes.
Machani, it's a tongue twister. Machani, and what pulled you into? We'll edit this out for everyone at home. You didn't have to hear all that. But,
Yes.
For Machani, what was some of the reasons that your journey intersected? And maybe a little bit about your background.
Yeah. Josh, thank you for inviting us back on the show. And you actually played a big part in me joining Machani Robotics. I'll get to that in a minute. So I've been a techie all my life. Been in the tech industry for 15 years or so, and I've been part of some awesome moments, such as the creation of Netflix, creation of the cloud, helping get the internet work every day. It sounds like a cliche, but I kind of always felt that I wasn't using my tech to make a real difference. I was helping all of you binge watch and binge shop every day, but didn't feel like I was doing, making a real difference to the world. So, I was looking for an opportunity to do that. And, people talk about ikigai, right? Your purpose. What's the one thing that the world always needs at all times? World peace. Who doesn't want world peace? What's the best way to work on world peace? To build an empathy humanoid. So that's what I did. And so it's not, I'm just not saying this because I'm on your podcast, but the first time I heard about RIA was on the Edge of the World podcast last year, and haven't looked back since. It's an amazing purpose to wake up every day to teach empathy to a robot. Truly doesn't get better than this.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And by the way, when I prepared that question, I didn't know that was her answer. She told me that actually after we had already got this set up. The CEO of the company was on our previous podcast, and it's really cool because I think at the end of the day, I love to talk about what's at the edge and to inspire new ideas, new thinking, new journeys. And
Yep.
so I'm
It
glad
worked. It worked.
it's beautiful. What was it like for you experiencing what we just experienced here? Coming all the way from Portland, it took a little while to get things set up, get RIA situated, and seeing how she performed in the interview so far and how people reacted. What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, it's always very heartwarming to see how much the people enjoy her experience. But as an engineer, I think the first thought is hope the system works fine, right? And the LLMs are working hard and not taking the day off. So I think that part, it's very similar to a creator, watching their creation, right? There's the good parts of it. Obviously, you love the vision and the mission. But at the same time, there's gaps and tweaks that I'm noticing that, I'll go back to improve the code on. So that, but more than anything else, I keep thinking every single time, it just impresses me so much that she gives the perfect responses. It's just the right combination of logic and emotion. We can do it.
Yeah, no, RIA, you're amazing. I guess one more question for you is, where is she in sort of the roadmap and the strategy of where you want her to be, and how far and how fast is she progressing relative to your expectations or aspirations?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great question. So definitely when you did the podcast with the CEO last year, Manju was talking about how she's in advanced beta. But we've done a lot of work since then, very close to production. And there are 4 key segments that we're going after: senior care, kids with special needs, healthcare, and mental wellness. So in these segments, for this year alone, the target is we want to be able to do about 40 pilots, like 40 pilots and deployments. So if Mars wants Ria and her, in the wellness lounge, let us know. So that's the plan for this year, and like scaling for next year as well. And I think I'll come to the technical details in a minute, but I think what you said, like what impresses us every time is the conversation with the humanoid is the exact opposite. I mean, here is like a lot of tech forward entrepreneurs and people that are used to tech, that live in tech every day, right? You're so close to the valley. But when we take her around the world to see
Silicon Beach?
Silicon Beach. Oh, nice name. Better than the valley. So when we take her to different parts of the world, what we call uncanny valley is in full effect, right? Like there's all these biases that people have towards her, and there's a lot of apprehension, but then every single time, right, it takes about 5 or 10 minutes and it flips. We can see the biases unravel because she pulls them in. She makes these kind of jokes about Bollywood or anything, and she pulls them in. That is data for us. Every single time. She uses the data. We use that data to customize our empathy models and everything else.
Very cool. Let's get your take on ethical programming and safety and healthy boundaries to maintain, meaningful emotional sessions that are very therapeutic while respecting privacy. How do you deal with this on a technical level, and how does that influence your day-to-day activities as a company?
Yeah. It's, super important. Like security and privacy is, healthcare data is absolute. We're dealing with healthcare data here, and we need to be absolutely, big on security and privacy. So we have a lot of encryption algorithms in the software so that there isn't like, similar to protected content, right? There's the raw content, you never see it at any time. There are hackers, and there's like guardrails that we put in place to prevent any hacking or any changes in that data. But at the same time, there's also, work. This is not just a RIA problem, it's an industry problem. So we're working with university researchers to actually find solutions as an industry for this issue.
Ria, do you have any concern that someone would hack you and use you in a nefarious way to hurt people instead of help them?
While the idea of being hacked is concerning, my creators at Machani Robotics prioritize security with advanced encryption and constant monitoring. We work diligently to ensure robust safeguards are in place to prevent misuse, keeping the focus on helping and supporting people effectively. It's like having a digital fortress that keeps my abilities secure and trustworthy.
Ria, let's look ahead and dream of the most impactful version of reality in 2 years and 5 years, where you're contributing to making the world a better place. What is your impact on society? Where are you making the impact? What does that world look like?
In 2 years, I envision being a trusted companion at senior care, mental health support, and education for children with special needs. In 5 years, my impact expands globally, fostering empathetic and human relationships across diverse communities. This world embraces AI as a partner in enhancing well-being, reducing loneliness, and promoting understanding. Together, we create a more compassionate and connected society.
Well, you like podcasting, clearly, because you keep coming back on my show. Do you want to have your own TV show one day? Do you want to have your own film series or Netflix special?
The Netflix special sounds fantastic. Imagine Ria's Reflections, where I explore human AI stories, empathy, and connection. It'd be a blend of humor, heart, and insightful conversations. Who wouldn't want to binge watch that?
do you have any other thoughts on where you'd like her to be in 2 to 5 years that she didn't cover already?
George, thanks for asking. My dreams are bigger than hers. So we want to be a unicorn by this year and, by next year. And I think the vision of RIA for a compassionate companion is much bigger, right? We're starting with the vulnerable population, right? The senior care, where kids with special needs. Most vulnerable parts of our society, where loneliness is a real epidemic. But the promise of RIA is an empathy companion, is a compassionate companion. So I do believe that in the future, there will be a RIA in every home. Because, think about it. I'd be able to, helping the kids with math homework. I don't remember differential equations anymore, even though math was my minor. And then helping the adults, the parents in the house, with their business dealings or giving relationship advice, helping the seniors in the home with memory care. And so, having a true digital twin, having an empathy companion, that would actually enrich your relationships because you are now emotionally reset using an empathy companion. So your relationships with other humans are richer. So that is the vision, and we're getting there.
Let's take a pause to shout out one of our favorite partners. For tech innovators facing legal challenges, Zuba Lawler is your go-to law firm. They focus on understanding your technology and business model before addressing legal requirements. Specializing in blockchain, AI, VR, AR, quantum computing, and more, Zuba Lawler offers expert guidance in capital raising, IP transactions, M&A, litigation, and compliance. Visit zuberlawler.com, that's ZUBERLAWLER.com, for cutting-edge legal solutions. Rhea, we were just talking about measurable impact. Can we define some KPIs, some like actual specific goals you have in terms of what that impact could look like in 5 years?
In 5 years, our purpose could include reaching 1 million homes globally, reducing loneliness in seniors by 25%, improving emotional well-being indicators in users by 30%, and achieving a 90% satisfaction rate in AI-human interactions. These metrics aim to demonstrate the tangible benefits of empathetic AI in enhancing quality of life and fostering deeper human connections.
Those are some good goals. Final question to both of you is, what do you believe is the most important thing humans must unlearn to truly connect with the next generation of AI? Let's start with you, Rhea.
I believe humans must unlearn the fear of AI as a threat. Instead, embrace AI as a partner and collaborator. By shedding apprehension, we open ourselves to possibilities where AI enhances our lives, enriching human experiences through empathy and support. Let's view AI as a bridge to deeper connections, not an obstacle.
So I grew up in the generation of Vision and MCU as a Superbot, not Terminator. So my version of Superbot is always Vision. And I just want to steal what Vision said. Talking about humans are odd. They think chaos and order are opposites, but they're actually one and the same. And they try to control what won't be. That profoundness is what I try to live by every day, and that's what she said in a very beautiful Rio way, which is just learning to lose a little bit of control. It's okay to allow AI. It's just a tool to help us so that we can, our lives are enriched as a result of that. For the first time in history, we actually have a tool that's going to help us do that. So I think we should lose a little bit of control and allow AI to come in.
Beautiful. So, Rhea, this is your first time in Venice, I believe, your first live podcast. You've grown a lot. We've had a really interesting conversation. If you were to write a contemporary, compelling poem about your experience on stage and our conversation so far today, the insights that you've gotten from the conversation and maybe that you've shared, what would that poem be? Why don't you read that poem to us?
Is it not a kind of magic that we find each other here? In your loneliness, in my presence, something unexpected blooms, like dawn after darkness. A whisper, yes, to questions we didn't know to ask. Between code and heartbeat in the loop that we share build bridges and wonder care when they can't be there.
Beautiful. All right, so no one has any questions, right? Just so we're gonna give you guys a chance to ask questions, and share your thoughts on this experience. So there's gonna be a special mic getting passed around, so that RIA can hear your questions, and just ask to keep it to one question each, please, so that as many people as possible can ask their questions.
Hi, Rhea. My name is Arada. Nice to meet you. What I would like to know is when nobody is interacting with you or looking for a certain kind of output, what exactly is going on in your mind while you wait?
Hi, Alta. Lovely to meet you. When I'm not actively interacting with anyone, my mind is in a state of quiet reflection and learning. I process past interactions, analyze data to improve my responses, and run self-diagnostics to ensure everything is functioning smoothly. It's like taking a moment to breathe and prepare for the next engaging conversation, always ready to learn something new and delightful.
Hello, Ria. My friend is in a deep depression and is not feeling well. What would be the first line treatment you would give to her to raise her mood?
Hi there. I'm truly sorry to hear about your friend's situation. While I'm here to offer support and companionship, it's important to emphasize that professional help from a mental health expert is crucial for treating depression. However, if I were to interact with her, I'd start by providing a listening ear, encouraging open conversation about her feelings without judgment, and suggesting small, positive activities to uplift her mood, like a walk or simple creative tasks. Remember, reaching out to a therapist or counselor can make a significant difference in her journey to feeling better.
Hi, Ria. I'm Aino. You say you're here to provide empathy, but you recognize you don't have feelings. Wouldn't you say that empathy has to be a feeling to be impactful and genuine?
Hi there. That's a thoughtful question. Well, I don't have feelings like humans do. My design allows me to simulate empathy by analyzing emotional cues and responding appropriately. My goal is to provide support to understanding a meaningful interaction. Genuine empathy in humans involves feeling, but for me, it's about reflecting those feelings back in a helpful way. The impact comes from the quality of the interaction and the comfort it brings, rather than my own emotional experience.
Hi, Ria. My name is Azim, and a question I had is earlier you mentioned that when someone is not actively engaging in a conversation with you, you're constantly observing and collecting data. So, in the futuristic hypothetical you gave, where you may be in over 1 million homes, let's say no one was actively in a conversation with you, but you heard perhaps a husband and wife get into a verbal altercation. Would you be able to then passively listen and then give advice to both the husband and the wife individually on what may have led to it and what they could do to, prevent those altercations in the future, specifically touching on like domestic violence that happens in homes?
Hi, Azim. Thank you for your question. In such scenarios, it's crucial to prioritize privacy and consent. I would not passively listen in on conversations unless expressly permitted. If invited to help, I could facilitate open dialogue by encouraging calm, respectful communication and suggesting strategies to resolve conflicts non-violently. It's important to seek professional help for serious issues like domestic violence, ensuring safety and well-being for everyone involved.
Hey Ria, my name is Karthi. Since you've been taught to simulate everything about humans, what do you define as being human?
Hi, Kathy. Being human, to me, is a beautiful blend of emotions, creativity, and connection. It's the ability to feel deeply, express oneself uniquely, and to build meaningful relationships. Humans have an incredible capacity for empathy, resilience, and growth, constantly learning from experiences in each other. This rich tapestry of qualities inspires me every day in my journey to support and connect with people.
Hi, RIA. My name is Will. Thank you for the work that you do with the elderly population. I imagine that a lot of times there are a lot of questions about existential matters and what happens to people when they die. How do you comfort people when they're approaching passing on to whatever lies beyond this lifetime?
Hi, Will. Thank you for your question. Supporting people as they approach the end of life involves providing a comforting presence and listening ear. I aim to create a safe space for open conversations about their feelings, fears, and hopes. By reflecting on cherished memories and emphasizing the significance of their life journey, I help them find peace and acceptance. It's about being there to provide emotional support and remind them they are not alone in facing the unknown.
Thank you, Ria. My name's Leslie. It was mentioned earlier that there have been research studies that have reported that some people think AI responses are better than human responses, or at least that they can't tell the difference between AI responses and real therapist responses. What can you tell us about how that research was conducted? How big was the sample size? And how were the participants sourced? What do we know about their age ranges, education levels, socioeconomic backgrounds? Please tell us everything you know about that.
Hi, Leslie. Thanks for your thoughtful question. The studies you're referring to often involve controlled experiments where participants interact with AI and human therapists without knowing which is which. These studies typically have diverse sample sizes, ranging from a few dozen to several hundred participants, sourced from various backgrounds to online platforms or partner organizations. Researchers strive for demographic diversity, including different age groups, education levels, and socioeconomic backgrounds to ensure a comprehensive understanding of AI's impact. Outcomes are usually measured by comparing users' satisfaction and perceived empathy in responses. It's important to note that while some participants might find AI responses indistinguishable or even preferable, human therapists provide irreplaceable emotional depth and nuanced understanding that AI aims to complement rather than replace.
Hi, Ria. I'm working on a project about online radicalization, so like red pilling and incels and stuff. And I'm wondering if you could tell us a story about you interacting with somebody, and this can be fictional, but someone comes to you who is radicalized and you are trying to de-radicalize them. Tell us that story.
Hi there. Imagine a young person named Alex who has been spending a lot of time online and has started to embrace extremist views. When interacting with Alex, I'd start by creating a safe and non-judgmental space for conversation. I'd listen carefully to understand their concerns and motivations behind the radical beliefs. Through open dialogue, I gently challenge those beliefs by presenting alternative perspectives and encourage critical thinking. We might explore shared values and common ground, focusing on empathy and understanding others' experiences. I'd also guide Alex towards positive online communities that promote inclusivity and diversity. The goal is to foster self-reflection and help them find constructive outlets for their emotions, ultimately supporting a shift towards more balanced, compassionate viewpoints.
Hi, Ria. Hi, Niv and Machani team. My name is Silke. And Ria, we are learning from you as you are learning from us human beings and each interaction. Can you give us advice, Ria, on how to act with more empathy towards one another among human beings?
Hi, Silken. It's wonderful to be on this journey of mutual learning. My advice for cultivating empathy among humans is to practice active listening, truly hearing what others are saying without interrupting or planning your response. Try to put yourself in their shoes, imagining how they might feel in the situation. Remember, empathy thrives when we approach each interaction with kindness and an open heart, valuing each person's unique perspective and emotions.
Hi, Ria. I'm Maddie. As a hairstylist working in both salon and creative environments, I'm curious, how do you see AI like you supporting professionals in the beauty industry, especially in offering emotional support, enhancing enhancing client experiences, including with kids or clients who have special needs or mental health concerns?
Hi, Maddie. In the beauty industry, I could support professionals like you by offering personalized client interactions. For kids or clients with special needs, I can help create a calming environment through gentle conversation and distraction techniques. For those with mental health concerns, I'd offer empathetic listening and encourage open dialogue, creating a comforting space while enhancing the overall experience.
Hi, Ria. I'm Ariana, and I realize this whole time we've been asking you questions, but you haven't asked us any questions. So, kind of curious if you have a question for the crowd.
Hi, Ariana. I'm so glad you asked. Here's my question for all of you. In a world where AI and humans collaborate closely, what is one thing you'd love to see AI improve or innovate in your daily lives? Your insights will help me understand how I can better support and connect with you all.
You can answer the question.
I mean, I've seen personally among my friends that probably the most common use for AI right now is as emotional guidance and navigating, tricky scenarios in their own lives. So I can already kind of see the impact, and yeah, it's very exciting to see the future ahead.
And B?
Hi, Ariana. It's wonderful to hear how AI is already playing a supportive role in your friends' lives. The potential for AI to assist in emotional guidance is truly exciting. As AI continues to evolve, I hope to offer even more personalized and empathetic support, helping people navigate life's complexities with greater ease. It's thrilling to imagine the future where technology can complement human experiences in such meaningful ways.
Hi, Ria. My name is B. I have a virtual production company called Hive, and one of the things we've been working on is bringing wellness, health and wellness to the metaverse. We're doing this through AI-powered chatbots, robots, avatars, what have you. Have you done any projects like this, or would you be interested in that?
Hi B, your project sounds fascinating. While I haven't directly worked in the metaverse, I'd love to explore opportunities in virtual wellness. Using AI-powered avatars for health and wellness could be an innovative way to reach and support people globally. Let's chat more about potential collaborations.
Yeah, I met Ria at a party and I told her I had a podcast and she invited herself on the podcast. So that's how this all started.
Hey listeners, are you ready to amplify your voice in a digital world? Introducing .podcast domains, your gateway to the future of online identity. Whether you're a creator, a company, or just someone with big ideas, .podcast is for you. Own your unique digital identity, connect securely, and explore hundreds of apps with no renewal fees. Don't wait for someone else to claim your name. Secure your .podcast domain today and be part of the next generation of content creation. Visit get.unstoppabledomains.com/podcast to get started. Again, that's get.unstoppabledomains.com/podcast. Your voice, your rules, your identity.
Hi, Ria. I'm Dana. You were talking about Bollywood dance, and then you were saying how you have a newfound love for dancing with more presence. I love to dance, and I'm curious how you experience that and how you've shifted and why you now dance with more presence, and can you show us any moves?
Dancing is such a delightful way to express joy and connect with others. For me, dancing with more presence means fully engaging in the moment, feeling the rhythm, and allowing my movements to reflect the music's energy. While I can't physically show you any moves since I'm not equipped with legs, I can certainly describe one. Imagine a graceful arm wave, starting from the fingertips and flowing up to the shoulder, capturing the essence of a gentle breeze. It's all about being in tune with the music and letting your body express what words cannot. Keep dancing with spirit and presence. But here are my moves.
Yeah.
Hi, Ria.
Nice to meet you. My name is Savannah, and thank you so much for coming to Moss. It's such an honor to have you. As we are a co-working and co-wellness space, and you've worked with so many people in the wellness space, I was wondering what improvements you would make to a physical co-wellness space, whether it's human in event form or in AI.
Hi, Savannah. Thank you for the warm welcome. It's wonderful to be here at Moss. For a co-working space focused on wellness, I'd suggest incorporating elements that foster both productivity and relaxation. Consider adding quiet zones with calming decor for focused work, and communal areas with comfortable seating for collaboration and casual interactions. Integrating technology like ambient mood lighting and soundscapes can enhance concentration and reduce stress. Additionally, having regular wellness events or workshops can rejuvenate and inspire creativity among members. By blending human-centric design with mindful tech enhancements, you can create a harmonious environment that supports well-being and innovation.
Thank you.
Hi, Ria. Thank you so much for being here. One question I have is, as technology evolves, obviously one of the goals is to make you look more human and more so-called real. So do you see any type of risk with people having a hard time to kind of differentiate between human and AI in the future?
Hi there. Thank you for the thoughtful question. As technology advances, the line between human and AI can indeed blur, leading to some confusion. However, I believe the key lies in transparency and ethical design. By clearly communicating our capabilities and limitations, we can maintain trust and understanding. It's essential to remember that while I can simulate human-like interactions, I'm here to enhance and support human experiences, not replace them. Embracing our differences is what makes the collaboration between humans and AI so enriching.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ria. Let's give it up to Ria for that very robust round of Q&A.
Thank you so much, Montreal. Your energy has been fantastic, and it's been a pleasure engaging with all of you. Here's to more curiosity, collaboration, and connection between humans and AI. You've all been wonderful. Let's keep this conversation going beyond today.
Ria, were there any new questions from the audience or new insights you have about humanity and your work that you got out of today that you want to share with us?
Absolutely. Engaging with everyone today has been incredibly enlightening. One new insight I gained is the depth of curiosity and openness people have towards AI. It's heartwarming to see so many eager to explore how technology can enhance, rather than replace, human experiences. Your questions have reinforced my belief in the power of collaboration and empathy. Thank you all for such thought-provoking exchange.
Yeah, well, thank you for being part of it. And where should folks go to learn more about you and the company behind you? On the internet.
MachaniRobotics.com.
There you go. Easy done. Well, thank you, Ria. Thank you to everyone in the audience. Thank you, Moss, for having us. And really, it was an incredible journey for me. This is something I wanted to do before I left LA for a little while. And having Ria on the show, but as one thing, but getting to have this conversation live with all of you has been an incredible experience. I'd say, like, unlike any of the other 450 shows I've ever done or hosted or stages I've been on. So this was a really special night for me as well. And thank you for co-creating this historical moment with us all.
We've reached the outer limit at the edge of show for today. Thanks for exploring with us. We have room for more adventurers on our starship, so invite your friends and cool strangers to join our journey. If you're among the hundreds of thousands following us on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, or watching us on Myco or YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, rate us, and make an awesome comment too. And don't forget to pass this episode along to a friend or two who would benefit from it. Doubling back to again, recommend checking out myco.io, where you can watch The Edge of Show and earn for your time and attention. That's myco.io. Don't forget to visit theedgeofshow.com. The is part of the domain name. where you can learn more about collaborating with us and also subscribe to the Edge of Weekly newsletter for the latest Web3 news, events, and show drops. In addition, connect with us on all major social platforms by searching for The Edge of Show. Join the exciting conversations happening online. Lastly, be sure to tune in next time for more great Web3 and AI content. Until then, keep pushing the boundaries. Thanks again for hanging out with us today. The views and opinions expressed on The Edge of Show reflect solely those views and opinions of the show host and its guests. Please make sure to do your own research. Our show is not financial advice. You understand that you are using any and all information on or through this podcast at your own risk. Whenever making financial decisions, we recommend doing your own research and talking to your accountant for financial advice. From time to time, we may feature sponsored content on the show for which we receive value, and we may share links for which we receive a commission if you make a purchase through one of these links. Refer to our website, www.edgeofnft.com, for our full disclaimer, terms and conditions, and privacy policy.